Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today, topic of presentation would be about impact of global inequality employment in Malaysia. This topic is more related to chapter 7, or more specifically on chapter 7.2, which is the globalization. It would be of showing the group members. So the group members is ARFIAN bin Andi and Muhammad Hamizan, which is me, myself, I'm the group leader. And then we also have Muhammad Daniel, HAQIMIE bin ROSDAY, and also we have Muhammad Hamizan bin RAMLAN. They would be the presenter and also the group members in the team. Next slide.
So now I will be explaining the introduction to globalization in Malaysia. So what is globalization? In short, globalization means it shows the connectivity of between countries in the world. So based on the slide, there are two main points we need to understand in globalization. It is a driver for increased trade, investment. Foreign sectors invest in our country, which helps our economy, and international connectivity, which is of course, the connection with other countries, the relationship. So the second one is it is a key factor in improving Malaysia income levels and economic development, which means that it helps in our globalization helps in our country growth in technology, sustainability, and so on. So why is globalization really good in Malaysia? The first one, it brings opportunity. So based on the slide, it boosts economic strength, diplomatic relationship. And however, globalization has a challenges for Malaysia, which is income inequality, where Malaysia citizens are facing unfairly payment. So poverty rate may increase, and they will face a high living cost in Malaysia. And unemployment, of course, the Malaysia citizen is struggle to find job, maybe because of their background, maybe because of level of education, and so on. So our objective of this study is to see how Malaysia manage its globalization. So how Malaysia manage the challenges and how these opportunities affects Malaysia economic performance. So that is globalization in Malaysia.
That would be about going to the issue, which is Malaysia's inequality. So when we heard globalization in Malaysia, it is actually could be a good and a bad thing. And the bad side of it, so globalization in Malaysia actually causes income inequalities. This is because low-skilled and skilled workers actually have income gap. And when globalization is introduced to Malaysia, skilled workers actually have more opportunities to increase their salary. Meanwhile, for low-skilled workers, they would actually maintain the same salary. So this would actually increase the gap, furthermore proving the point of income inequality. Second issue would be about Malaysia's individual placement. So Malaysia individual placement, job placement depends on the skills they have on the globalized economy. So this means that in some places, if it's like less skill, it would actually have less mobility in transportation. So they actually are limited to their opportunities, which is pretty bad. So if they are limited to their opportunities, there is slow growth rate in there. So when there's less mobility, the human capital will be stuck at one place. Okay, so moving on to the next slide. Last issue would be about Malaysia's unemployment. So Malaysia unemployment actually are affected by the globalization itself. So globalization contributes to the unemployment of the workers in Malaysia, especially to low-skilled workers in Malaysia. This is because when Malaysians go to globalization, it would actually introduce foreign labor. So when foreign labor is introduced to the country, more of the foreign labor are actually more skilled and they actually pay less of money. So actually they became a replacement for Malaysia low-skilled worker. So this is actually pretty bad itself. So we can see that activity in the household income from the graph itself, it actually is lowering, actually going down. The low skilled workers actually going down by every year. So this is pretty bad. So we are gonna move to the next slide.
Moving on to solution to the issues of globalization in Malaysia. First, the Malaysian government focus on enhancing human capital quality. This is done by improving access to higher education, especially in rural areas. For example, the establishment of Getmara in each district helps rural communities gain technical and vocational skills. By producing more skilled and educated workers, people from rural areas can compete for a better paying jobs. As a result, this can help reduce the income gap between urban and rural populations. Not only that, the government implements economic policies to address unemployment and income inequality caused by globalization. One example is the Bantuan Sara Hidup Cash Transfer Program. This program helps reduce the financial burden faced by low-income groups, especially those who live in rural areas. In addition, rural development policies create more job opportunities, which encourage economic mobility and improve the standard of living among rural communities. Last but not least, the government emphasizes balancing rural and urban development. Development should not be focused only on cities. Therefore, the government allocates an annual budget to develop both urban and rural areas. This approach helps improve access to education, public services, infrastructure, and economic opportunities for rural populations, ensuring fair and inclusive growth. In conclusion, by enhancing human capital, implementing effective economic policies, and also balancing rural development, Malaysia can reduce the negative impacts of globalization and promote sustainable economic growth.
In conclusion, the World Bank report states that while globalization has contributed to Malaysia's economic progress, it also brings challenges such as income inequality, unemployment, and limited social mobility. Low-skilled workers and low-income households are more vulnerable to the negative effect of global economic integration. To address this issue, the World Bank recommends measures such as human capital development, inclusive growth, stronger social protection, and balanced regional development. Implementing these strategies can help Malaysia ensure that globalization contributes to fair and sustainable economic development.